I am your personal funky sim pilot, and my name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport to Chicago O'Hare International Airport, both of them in the United States of America. We will be flying the PMDG Boeing 777-300 ER. And we will be using real world time and real world weather, GSX, the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool. And it's going to be about a 1 hour 30-minute flight, something like that. All in all, will be like 2 hours, I guess. This is supposed to be one of the routes that's actually flown from Dallas to Chicago, like one of the shortest routes for the 777 in the United States. There was also one shorter that I could find. It was I forgot actually what it was. It was in California, I believe. It was from Los Angeles to San Francisco or something like that. But anyway, let's get the show on the road. Right, so here's our aircraft parked at the, we're actually parked at the cargo stand, but well, we got a special deal here because the other stands were not available. So obviously my boss will have to talk with the other people's boss and everything, you know what I mean. But here we are nonetheless, so at least we can start boarding and everything. That is the wrong button, and this would be the wrong button too, and this should be the correct button. Here we are. Sorry about that. So the aircraft sort of powered up. It's been a while since I've flown this aircraft on the channel, but here we are then. And hardly did any preparations, so well, we're just going to have to see what's going to happen. So, what does it say up here? Okay, so we will need to start up the Itinerary. Let's maybe start doing that. Let's just this little button up here. Let's also arm the emergency lights while we're up here. And is there any lights maybe that we can turn on, off? I don't know. So let's just have a look at the beautiful aircraft. So this is another long haul aircraft. Also like really high and big, two big engines on both sides, one on each wing. I mean, it would be weird if they put two engines on one wing and no engines on the other, but you know, you don't know these days, man, what the engineers are coming up with, all kinds of crazy things. So this is our walk around basically, more like a walk under, and like a hover around. I don't know why it keeps doing that at certain spots. Okay, so let's start the boarding. Let's reload our flight plan. United 812. Oh, and it's gone. Didn't it stay from Chicago ahead did it. Alright. See request boarding. So Dallas, Fort Worth to Chicago O'Hare International. Got the departure weather and the arrival weather. We also have the weather for the alternate. So 250, 29 knots with gusts up to 39 knots. Wow, that's pretty windy here in Dallas today. Let's check Chicago. Will be a little less windy, but still windy. 14 knots, gusts up to 24 knots. So we got wind 250, and let's check actually arrival 180. What's our airport our runway going to be? Let's have a look at that. Runway 27. Okay, let's check it out. Check the airport diagram. 27, wind coming from straight here. Well, you would assume maybe like a runway 22 left or something. Look, 22 left. To the right. 7,500 feet. So we requested boarding and nothing is happening. Just like the previous flight. Removing PMDG loaders. Okay. So you got the loaders here. Well, they've just been removed. But you could see them stand here earlier by PMDG. So the aircraft's basically cleaning, or GSX cleaning that up for us. Very friendly. Thank you very much, PMDG, or GSX, I should say. So this is the aircraft pre-peanuts, sweat, coughing, snot and farts. Can we open the door manually? That would actually be cool. Doesn't look like it. Cannot find any click spot. Okay, so what's happening outside? So we got the baggage handlers coming in. And the air stairs are being positioned.
Do you want to board crew? Crew bus is coming.
word. So our departure airport.
Pilots boarding starting.
See if we can find the gate number. So we're actually at the West Cargo ramp. Charlie 9 Sierra 1. Seems like a very specific name. Let's see if that is recognized. It's not in the database. I cannot contain my supplies. So let's request our route from Simreef. And we set the payload, we set the fuel, and we select the route. So the gentleman's suitcase is morphing straight through the sideboards there of the air stairs. There's Jessica. Right, so let's load it up. Route 1 is now uploading, and there it is. So we activate and execute. This is quite a fancy aircraft actually, we'll see some of it later. So we got the route. Let's check departure and arrival. Departure runway 31 left. Akuna 9er departure.
Your passenger's bus is coming.
So 31 left, Akuna 9er. 31 left, Akuna 9er departure. Transition MLC. We have that. We have that as well. We might as well just put it in. Execute. Now we go back to index and we do the same for the arriving airport destination. So 27 center, big turtle 6. So ILS 27 center. That's the turtle 6. And do we have a we got WELTS, I think.
Passengers boarding starting.
That is that. Oh, that is that. Alright, execute. So I think we basically almost have the entire route. It's not a very complex route at all. MLC, so there we go direct to SGF, VOR, and then it's already actually the arrival. So if we now go to the LEX page, we should basically have the entire route. There's the SGF in there. After departure here actually there's vectors. So we should vector ourselves to Akuna. We go straight to Akuna. And then there's the vectors again after Tony for Jumbo. And this is all when we're real low to the ground, so near approach. Well, actually on approach. So yeah, so we'll check that out in a bit once we are airborne. So then for the numbers, I believe we can pull the numbers from here. There you go. I must check the aircraft. It's a pounds, and I do not want that. So PMDG setup, aircraft displays, and weight units now goes to kilograms. So we got the kilograms. So let's see if this is all correct. Final reserve 7.8, block fuel 21.2, cruising 370, cost index 15, 37015, and we got 21.1 and reserve 17.0. I'm not sure if I understand. .1. So it's a 7.7. So we accept this. Let's check outside. So we got the passengers coming in. So we bring a total of 386 passengers on our flight today. I believe we have 31 left. Left.
Passengers bus is coming.
So we're getting a takeoff 2 rating, selected temperature 43, flat 5 takeoff. Acceleration height is 800 feet. V1 will be 148, rotate 153, V2 158. So we start with takeoff 2 at 43 degrees. So takeoff 2 and 43 degrees. Gives us 88.9. That's actually correct for a change. So 148, 153, 158.
Passengers boarding starting.
Flaps 5. Will these speeds get 150, 153, 158? Not sure why that is not quite the same there. 43. Well, let's take them. I'm good. So where do we have our all our light settings in this aircraft? More lights. Now stand. Panel flood. Well, actually. Transponder on. So the TCAS is still off. So we have this screen here. So this has a little checklist button, but you can also have your communications there. Oxygen, well, let's consider that tested. Flight instruments heading altimeter. So let's have a look at the weather again. So we should have 29er, 39er. 2939. Two niner 39 is set. That goes for both sides. Our cruising altitude will be 370. We can just go ahead and set it. Right, so let's have a look here overhead. So the APU is running. We got the fuel on the board, 21.1. So let's turn on the seatbelt signs.
Passengers bus is coming.
LNAV and VNAV are both armed. And then we have speed 158. The V2 speed.
Passengers boarding starting.
So the passengers keep on coming. And before we carry on with the checklist there, let's also get the winds. I believe that might be the progress page. Not entirely sure. I think so. Then it's the VNAV page. Next page. Forecast. Load. Request. Alright, so sorry about that, I have to check something. Okay, so we have the descent winds. We got our takeoff speeds. Let's check the runway heading. We'll be departing 31 left. Really close, that's good news. Not sure if that's too short, but should be fine. 315 degrees. Come on, man. To just 315, that's it. So we got a little over 100 passengers to go before we can close the doors. So we do have a little bit of setup to do, but I guess we're mostly done. So flight instruments, heading altimeter. So we got the altimeter set, we have the altitude in the box, we have the V2 speed, we have the runway heading as well. Flight directors are on. Parking brake. I believe parking brake by default might be on simple. Let's have a look. Because I would like it close to the real thing. Is that option? Simulation. Parking brake realistic. Okay, so that's cool. Now I'm not sure. In some of these aircraft, the display the message displaying the parking brake has been set here, so now it seems a little bit weird sometimes to me. Like counterintuitive. I'm like, what? I thought it was on, I thought it was off, it gets confusing. But it looks like it's not set. And judging from this, it also actually looks like it's not set. I think you have to pull it. So press on the toe brakes and the parking brake and release the toe brakes. And then it checks, and then we get parking brake set. And this is the actual confirmation. Alright, so we can check this list. So before start, flight deck door closed and locked. Well, let's leave the door open because we're like, you know, playing with GSX, and it's nice every now and then. Just go in here and have a little look to see how everything's going. There's Jessica again. How are you doing, Jessica? Cynthia, nice to see you too. So these are all the rich bastards. It's not that I'm envious in any kind of negative way. It's you know, if you can afford it, you know, do it. I would, if I had the money, I would fly first class, business class. So it's nice to get distracted every now and then. Passenger sign is on. So let's just check the flight deck door then. So the master control panel, MCP, V2 speeds, heading and track and altitude, they have been set. So we got 370 in there, we got 315 for the runway heading, and we got 158 for the V2 speed. So we can check that. CDU pre-flight has been completed. That's, I believe, this one, if I'm not mistaken. Trim, and the trim should be 4.75. I'm not sure if we can trim already. We might need hydraulics. Doesn't look like it's trimming yet. So do we have to wait until the engines have started? This is actually before start. So in that sense, one would think that there would be a way to get the hydraulic systems online. Let's just see what happens if we mess around with the hydraulics up here. Definitely some audible differences for sure. That's also interesting. Not be a coincidence, but I don't think so. And there should be a way to check the hydraulics page, but not my strongest point. Let's see, hydraulics. We should get the hydraulics here. Primary demand, primary demand. So here where it says right engine, left engine, where it's white, so it looks like it's not getting power from the engines, but it does look like it might actually get power. And let's see if we can set the trim now. And yes, we can. Well, this is pretty cool. Right, so we can check that. So we go back to the checklist up there. So trim has been set as well. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Well, let's first have a look at the taxi. Will be very straightforward. As you can see, we're very close to the runway. So we push back with the nose to the left. When we get out of here on Charlie 9er, we turn right onto Charlie. And how is this going to get us to the runway? We follow Charlie and then we turn right. Whiskey Mike onto Bravo. We turn right onto Bravo. And then left onto Alpha 7, and that's our position. And let's also have a look at our departure. Go over any kind of departure briefing. So we got, where is the runway? Here's our runway, 31 left. Interesting, let's see what it's looking like now. So Dallas Fort Worth, the correct airport. We got the Akuna 9 RNF departure. Let me just double check the runway. It does say 31 left up here, the little blue box. I'm not really sure what the deal is actually here now with this page. From the looks of it, I would assume this is runway 31.
Passengers boarding starting.
Right, so Akuna 9. In any case, what are the waypoints to say here? Because the first waypoint that we are having, have a look at the flight plan. Akuna. So we just go direct Akuna. We get, so with this departure, and you can see it says vectors and then Akuna. So the first waypoint, if you will, is vectors. So basically air traffic control will vector you, for instance, to Bammer and then onto Akuma. Could maybe consider putting in Bammer, but it's probably maybe really close. A little bit hard to say. I guess we could do that. Otherwise, we will be taking off in the right turn. I think we'll just take the right turn. We just go direct to Akuna. All right. So that's basically, yeah, but basically that's our departure briefing. Akuna doesn't say any altitude restrictions here or constraints. McAllister VOR. What are they saying here for our runway? 31 left. 31 left and right. Climb on heading assigned by ATC. Accept radar vectors to Akuna. Then on transition, maintain 5000. Expect filed altitude 10 minutes after departure. So basically, we'll shoot straight up, and we'll vector ourselves, which will not really be vectoring. We'll just go direct. So that's a very simple departure. So taxi and takeoff briefing completed as well, so we can check that. So let's turn on the beacon lights. Boarding is completed. So very nice. We should have some other light switches. I just have to get reacquainted with this aircraft. Of course, it's these buttons. nav lights on. Let's also turn on the logo light. Now the beacon light can go on as well. The seatbelt sign should be on. Up here. And that gets auto checked now. So we go normal. So before the taxi. So I guess we should be ready to start up the engines. Have a look here at our displays. See if everything is the way we want it. Let's turn on traffic. Did I just turned it off? Guess I just turned it off. And let's see, data. And that doesn't seem to change anything, so let's zoom out a bit. So there, okay. So I guess we should close the doors. Let's have a look outside. So the air stairs are still in position. Let's also have a look inside the cabin. Let's just sit there among the people for a second. We should probably let them load in. See them popping in slowly, but sometimes their face, hey, we're next to Mr. Scary Guy. Excuse me, please. Look, this man always looks so worried. He's got the little grief muscles up here, like he's worrying very much. And I actually feel a little bit for this man. How about you? You okay? Oh, somebody's in my seat already. Oh, that's very nice. How are you doing, sir? Excuse me. So yeah, we got the GSX going. Everybody's sitting here. It's actually really cool. I totally love this. It's so nice that they actually put some work into it, and then we get people, you know. It's really cool. Alright, let's get back to the flight deck. Right, so let's see if we can request pushback. Boarding completed. Prepare for pushback and departure. So it looks like the doors were closed and are now out of opening. So that kind of stuff just messes with my brain, you know. Like, I'm thinking, but they were already closed, and then I go and I look and the aircraft is opening. And I'm like, well, what the hell do you want me to do, you know? Do you want me to press a button and hopefully it's going to do the negative function? To make matters worse, it is now saying we're ready, but we are not. So let's have a look on the, what is it? Ground operations page in the ESD. Close all doors.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Let's remove the chocks as well. Then we should be sort of clean. So while this is going on, let me quickly refill up with my iced tea and I will be right back.
Locking gear.
Alright, so I believe something is just about to happen. So we said pushback, nose to the left, nose left, tail right.
Release spark
Alright, I can do that. I believe just press and hold the toe brakes.
Commencing push.
There you go.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so we can start up the engines. I'm hoping everything up here is okay. Yeah, they were already on then. Fault. Yes, no. Pumps. These should go on. I think that as well. I think maybe the center pumps are not required. The aircraft will tell us. And then there was a start switch up here. See how that works again. So starting engine number 2. Then I do believe we wait for the N2. And not seeing that right now, but it's probably already there. But nonetheless, let's find the engine page. Engine, that's this one. That should be the N2. So let's just introduce fuel. Pretty cool. And these were flaps 5, I hope. Not. There you go, flaps 5.
Set parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
N2. Fuel flow, oil pressure, oil temperature. The engine running at idle, 22.4. So start up engine number 1. Start. The N2 starts to rise. And here comes the fuel. Do we have anything closer to the engine? This one maybe. So also have a look outside. The auto brake goes to RTO. Okay, so we have 2 engines. EGT is coming down. So let's confirm. Good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So here we are, all powered up. So pretty much good to go. Unlocking the gear. Let's continue the checklist. So before taxi list.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass spin removed.
Anti-ice, I'm not sure if this aircraft,
Left is clear. Right is clear.
it's all on auto, so I think that's okay. Let's check the recall. It's this little button here. Fuel pump center right, fuel pump center left, TCAS still off and it's still saying insufficient fuel. These two, they were not supposed to be on, so they will extinguish in a little bit. TCAS is off, so let's turn on the TCAS. Even though I hate the crap out of it when we're not flying on the line. It's just making things more difficult, but let's go with it for now. So insufficient fuel, really sure why it keeps on insisting that. We have 21,000 kilograms of fuel on the board. Go over the numbers again. I believe it was 21.1 that we were supposed to be taking with us. And obviously we've used a little bit of fuel for the APU. So we've burned like 1148 kilograms of fuel. So recall checked. Let's just flight controls. I believe this also has a flight controls page. Flight controls. And here we can check the spoilers. The rudder and the spoilers, full left and neutral. Full right and neutral. The elevators. Appears to be working. Okay, back to the checklist. Ground equipment is clear. Checklist complete. Now we have before taxi, flaps to 5. We have done that. Then after takeoff, landing, get up, flaps up. Right, so we should get ready for taxi then. Where's the taxi lights on this one? We have the runway turn-off lights. We got the taxi lights. So parking brake released. And let's get going. And I believe this aircraft also tends to be very sluggish when it comes to taxiing, like ground handling. This seems sort of okay. Well, let's see how it goes. So we'll take a right. We're now on Charlie Niner. So we'll hook up with Charlie. We'll take a right there. And then we'll take a right turn, the first to the right onto Bravo. And then I believe left at Alpha 7. Oh, look at this, man, we're going down. Holy shit. Is that going to be tail strike? No. But that for surely was scary a little bit, man. So here we are on Charlie. And then quite a sharp turn to the right onto Bravo. And immediately we go left. the taxi handling is definitely not as difficult as the Airbus A380. That is next to impossible. It's actually not going too bad. So check that windsock there. It's really windy, so we're going to be getting a lot of wind from the left. So the aircraft will be pulled to the left, essentially. Well, seems pretty sweet. Right, let's get onto the runway. Turn on the landing lights. And our strobe light, where's the strobe light? Well, let's just first get onto the runway. Alright. Parking brake set. That insufficient fuel thing is a little bit annoying. Hopefully it's not going to give us problems after takeoff. Otherwise we can now set the fuel manually in the menu. We could maybe just pull that page up just in case we would actually have to do it. For that you would go to FS Actions, Fuel, and then for instance you could say 21000. And then you just press on total fuel. Or actually we should then maybe do the entire amount to 148. But I'm not thinking it's going to be necessary though. Let's see, not sure, do I have a config test kind of thingy? Where's our lights? So we have landing lights are on. Strobe lights, this one. Cabin crew, take your seats for takeoff. Well, TCAS is on TARA, so that's on. We got flaps to the takeoff position. I think we're good to go, man. And which is the button? That's the takeoff, the flex speed button, alright. So, where's the timer? This one clock. That's the one. I'm not sure if that is actually the one that I need. Sometimes these things are like right in my face and I'm just simply not seeing them. So let's just go with that one. It's not too important. So parking brake released. %, and 1. And takeoff thrust. So definitely a lot of input required. The aircraft is really pulling to the left.
V1.
Oh, look at that. That's really a lot of wind, man. Gear up. Alright, so let's go direct to Kuna. We turn on the autopilot. So this is our 777-300 AR. On our way from Dallas to Chicago O'Hare. Let's check the speed. We can retract our flaps. So Kuna coming up 33 miles. It is still saying insufficient fuel for some reason. I don't know, let's maybe get a new forecast or something. Even though with the weather it should have worked, right? So landing gear up, flaps up as well. And then we got the descent checklist, so we're good for now. Descent forecast uplink ready. So let's load it. It does not like it removes our insufficient fuel thingy. I'm just going to try something stupid and just get rid of it that way. And then it still says insufficient fuel, so it's obviously something else, because it was not a lot of fuel extra that we added back. So let's just forget about that for now. We have wings, so you know, we will always land. So almost passing 10,000 feet. So let's turn off the landing lights. We can turn off the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. Landing lights can go as well. And let's see. Well, let's yeah, the nose is dropping. So let's get the seatbelt sign back to auto. See if everything up here is okay. And that's enough speed. Cross the ref. Okay, not really sure if I know what that means. We're still not sure why it's saying insufficient fuel, man. Top of climb in about 80 miles. And there's a top of descent. So we've passed 18,000 feet. So we go to standard altimeter. Now we're on the way to Takis. Now the page in the middle, we can put that to com, and then we can get what is it, flight information, and do ATIS request. You can check your source. Let's go for PMDG, and let's put it on auto, which means that it will repeat every now and then, and we'll just click send. Need to get into the correct angle though. Does not look like. Did it send? I thought it should say when it's sending. I'm not sure what's going on. That's him. I see what's going wrong. I need to put in the airport there. We put that in the scratch box. So we're going to our destination. Kilo Oscar Romeo Delta, Chicago Air International Airport. So now that's in the scratch pad. We click on airport, and we select PMDG, and we say send, and then you get sending. Now we should get a message once we receive the ATIS information, and this should update basically every so often. So I'm thinking we should be almost at our cruising altitude. See where we are. 300. So we still have 7,000 feet to go. Top of climbing is coming up. Doesn't look like we've received any weather updates actually from PMDG. We got the new messages. Or we got it immediately. 1934. Where the hell is our time, man? Yeah, this looks like here's our time. So it's about 4 minutes ago. Information. Quebec. 1915 Zulu. It's about almost 30 minutes ago. Surface winds 180 degrees, 17 knots, visibility 6 statute miles, clouds, overcast 8,000 feet, temperature 72.6, altimeter 2958. This was generated by PMDG. Okay. I'm not sure which one is the closest to the simulator itself. It is a request. It is source, I would say, well, maybe just the flight sim itself. Could try that sim, just to see if that's different. So put in KORD again. Click on the airport box, and then we now have VATSIM. And let's just not do auto, let's just do one. Just to see if it's any good. Doesn't look like we receive anything. Oh, it does. But where's the, wasn't there like a list? I thought there was an entire list. But maybe a review. Received. Ah, there you go. There's nothing. Weather. Flight 017, so this is the one by VATSIM. That's also information Quebec, so it's basically the same weather report. I don't believe we can print. Would be really cute. So SGF VOR coming up. First will be MLC, but that's already in 11 miles. That's the one right here. And I believe this aircraft is also a little bit of a challenge to reduce speed when you're descending. So that is going to be yet another challenge. still only have these two weather reports, but they should keep on coming automatically. Now that we chose the first one to say automatic. And we should also get a warning here, and usually it should accompany be with by a little bleeping sound as well, like a tritone kind of thingy, tang. So SGF, you are up next. So what does the progress page tell us? So fuel at Chicago O'Hare should be 10.7. So why it's saying insufficient fuel, I'm not really sure. But what we have enough fuel. We definitely have enough fuel on the board, so there is no problem at all. It's just but something interesting to check why that is, because eventually we ended up putting in the exact amount of fuel, like when we're on the runway, and we're actually flying and it didn't change a thing. So for some reason the aircraft believes we have insufficient fuel, but when you look at the progress page, it seems it should be fine. Although this probably uses more than other aircraft, but still. VNAV. Right, so let's have a look at our descent and arrival and approach. So we're doing a crosswind landing, so the wind was like 180. It's quite heavy winds. Let's go with this one. So 17 knots from 180. We'll be landing at runway 27 center. So runway 27 center, category 1 ILS. With localizer 111.9, final approach course 273. And then the risk will be at 2200 feet. That's the start of the glide slope. The risk will be here. That's 2200 feet. Now the transition altitude 18,000 is normal for the United States. Airport elevation is at 680 feet. Touchdown zone is 653, so it's around 600 feet above sea level. And let's check our minimums. Can go for the category 1, we'll have radio altitude 158 feet. I think the 777, we probably do not have to enter this data either. Let's just go ahead and have a look. So 111.9. And where would we put that in? I really think it's well, we could start. No, these are the radios. Then we should have a page for that. Never had. So this is picking up the VORs around us, so we are on our way to SGF. That's right there, and that's just auto-received. So it will also auto-receive all the information because we already have entered the arrival and the approach into our FMC. So I guess we can just leave that, but we will have to check later before we actually start our landing. Our final approach, we will have a look at this page as well to see if that all the information adds up. So when it comes then to the routing, there will be a point again where we will be vectored, so just following SGF, WELTS, McD, Vinsa, Marok, Trish, Turtle, and then to Rego and Driscoll. Let's go one back. So after Tony, we get vectors to Jumbo. So here's Jumbo, basically in the middle there. And we get, let's check the arrival chart. So first we'll come through here. And then there's Turtle, should be there at 11,000. And then there's Rhino, and our runway will be 27, so we'll be taking a right, Giorgio, Monks, and then there's Tony, that's this one, and you can see here the arrows mean that you will get vectored by ATC. So in our case, we'll have to be vectored up north in order to line up with the runway. So we're just going to enter some extra waypoints there. Before we do that, so we already saw we vectored to Jumbo. So we could, for instance, put in Nichols or Kraiko, something that's sitting in front of the runway like this. So like, for instance, Nichols gives us plenty of time, especially since this aircraft might slow down a little bit difficult when descending. So Nichols, so let's just remember that one. And if we then check our plan page, we can see how it's going to be set up. So center now is Giorgio. So let's zoom in. We can have a better idea of what's going on. Can already get some sort of a visual here. So Giorgio, and then we'll take a right, so you can click the step button, it will take you to Monks, so from Giorgio to Monks and so on. That's going to take us to Tony. And then after Tony it says vectors. So Jumbo should be to the north somewhere. And you can see it's right there, so we could do a direct, but we could also do straight north and then left. And that's what we'll do. So we just enter Nichols. And I believe that was spelled in C-H-L-S, Nichols. And we just paste it onto vectors. You can see where it's putting it in. So that's maybe not what we would want either. It's actually quite far out. So any other ones, so maybe Surmi, so we could try that one. So we're going to erase. And it's Surmi with an M. Surmi, we put that onto vectors. That looks a little bit better. So let's take that. So we're going to execute. And that is now in, but now we still have the vectors after Surmi. So we're just going to delete that. We overwrite it with Jumbo. And execute. And now when you use this step, you will see this is actually a straight line, uninterrupted. So that will be our initial, that will be actually our approach. So we do not need that anymore. We go back to map. So what's next is the SGF VOR. That's still about 115 miles, so we're still good there. The radio altitude we will have to put in ourselves. That's going to be 150 or 158. Right there, sitting there looking all pretty. So the insufficient fuel warning, we also saw that here a few moments ago. Still not sure why that is. We'll review of. Okay, so we do not have any new weather reports as of yet. Let's also put in some fixed information. That's always very useful. So the glide slope should start at Driscoll, 2,000 feet. That's 6.7 nautical miles from IUYJ. And you can see IUYJ is the ILS identifier. So that is actually 273. That's 6.7 miles. one easy way to do it is just click on the name. That's what you can do in Boeing. It's really nice. You click on the name, it gets copied into the scratch pad. You simply go to your fixed page and you paste it. In the Airbus you have to type it in and everything. But it works the same eventually, you know, it does the same. So the bearing, let's go 0903. And I believe it was 6.7 DME, 6.7. So we're going to put that in, 6.7. If we go back to our plan page, you see there's a little circle around it. So that's where the glide slope will start taking us down. And we could maybe put another, and we also have an extended runway center line actually, if we zoom out. Doesn't show on this one, but it will show on the map view. And let's also put in 15 miles. Wait, invalid entry, what happened here? To the 903, distance 6.7, but it put it in, right? Driscoll, oh wait, it's Driscoll. No, it didn't put it in, look at that. Okay. So it's saying invalid entry, what's going wrong? Bearing 0903, 6.7. I'm not doing anything different than usual. So the runway heading is 273. And that means the reciprocal will be 0903. Center, I believe ours was 273, and then 0903. Runway 27 center. Bearing 0903. And distance 6.7. I don't know, maybe there was a typo or something. No, it's invalid entry. Puzzled why that is. Usually how I do it. Let's see if it doesn't like the decimal. I know the Boeing 737 has no problem with it at all. And this one doesn't. So it requires us to put in 7. We can do that, so this looks a lot better. And then if we zoom out, we should also see the extended runway center line going that direction. That's also very helpful. And let's also put it on one at 15 miles, and I believe we can just do /15. And just do 2-3. Sure if that makes so much of a difference. But we got 2 rings now, just to sort of catch our bearings a little bit better. So go back to map. We're 60 miles from SGF VOR. Top of descent, sitting right there near Cashew. What is it, Cashin? So that bit has been set up. Insufficient fuel, no clue what's going on. We are on the latest weather for now. And we could maybe try, where is it? Flight information. It is request. I'm not sure if the previous action had overwritten something, so let's just do this again. KORD, put it in the airport, right there. And then we use PMDG, and we put it on auto, and send. And this should ensure us that we will receive automated updates on the weather. So we only have these 2 for now. So that will auto update hopefully. I've seen it work before, so the functionality absolutely works. Just not sure what's going on every day. Alright. Everything looking good, 37,000 feet. Once we start our descent, we will go 367. So basically we can just go to the lowest altitude. That's also very nice with the Boeing family. They got the lateral navigation, which is absolutely wonderful. There's the message that I said. It's actually a two-tone. We should have, what is the com? Well, show me something then. New messages. So they got information Romeo, 1951 Zulu. That's like 5 minutes ago. That's well, a little bit over. So it's 180 degrees, 12 knots, so a little less windy. Visibility 4 statute miles. Clouds broken, 6,500 feet. Overcast 8,000 feet. Temperature 8, 2.6. Altimeter 2957. Alright, so we got the current weather information, always handy. So slightly less windy than before. As I said, so we'll definitely be landing with a crosswind. The surface wind 180 degrees, and we'll be landing at 27 center. So as you can see, 27 center, and the wind coming from 180. That you know, that's a nice crosswind for you. So basically, once we descend, that's very nice with the Boeing family. As I was saying, we can just put in the lowest, we can just pick any altitude we want. In our case, I would like Driscoll, 2200 feet. And we're just not going to do it quite yet, because some things could maybe still happen in between, but you just put this to 2200 feet, and the moment the aircraft overflies the point of top of descent, we'll just start going nose down, start aiming for that altitude. And that usually works very nice, because in the meantime it will cross certain restrictions, like at Cashin you should be at flight level 367. There might sometimes be that you're not allowed to go below a certain altitude. We'll see here 14,000 feet or above. So you're not allowed to go below 14,000 feet. And the autopilot knows it, and it will not go below. And as soon as it is allowed to go below, it will keep on chasing whatever it is that you put in there. So in our case, 2,200 feet. And that really takes a lot of work out of your hands. You know, when you're just sitting doing a two-person job on your own in a simulator. You know, it's very nice. Everything that helps a little is welcome. So we got the weather there, and I believe this will now be stored on the here. No, not yet. Still a new message. Can we cancel? And will it then go to review? Just trying to work out how to figure out how it's working. That looks to be it. Okay, so you cancel it. So basically, you read it, you acknowledge it by canceling it, and now it gets into the all your received messages. You get this nice history here. So A to C is there, and you're lonely. You can just call them up. You can just start telling them your whole life story, including these 3 flight info uplink. So that's very considerate of whoever is responsible for making it like that. Alright, so everything looking good so far. Let's have a look outside. Everything looking very cloudy and white below us, and very nicely blue above us. So this is actually a relatively short flight, especially for the 777. But I was looking up to find some routes for the 777 of about like 1 or 1.5 hours flight, and apparently this is actually a route that's still being flown. The 777-300ER flies out of Dallas Fort Worth to Chicago O'Hare Airport. And there was United Airlines and American Airlines, I believe. So we chose the United Airlines for this flight then. And still we're taking like 386 passengers with us. So it's quite cool. So that 14,000 feet that we saw earlier, believe it was on here as well. Turtle is 11,000. Tridge not go below 14,000. And you can see it's really nicely, like here you cannot be below and not be above 11,000. You have to be precisely at 11,000 feet at the Turtle. And the VNAV just follows that, takes it into account. Very, very, very nice and useful and handy. We get a little less workload. So this will take us all the way to the Rhino, Dorio, Monks, and then to Tony. We'll take a left turn to, what was it, Nichols, or we put in the other, something like Creamy. And yeah, so that should work out fine for us. See if there's any airport information. Runway 4 left close to arrivals, runway 2 to right close to departures. Runway 5 hand control, lead back of all board short instructions is required. There's something for the 747-800, so they're not authorized on the following runways. A380-800 operational constraints exist on the runways, taxiways and ramps. Contact airport operations for information. So you will usually see when you look at the airport information charts, there will also be charts specifically for certain aircraft like the A380. If you go to the airports here on Navigraph, for instance, and we're at the Chicago O'Hare International, you go to the taxi charts, there's a very good chance that there will be a chart specifically for the A380. And there's one for the 747, here's the one for the A380, approved taxi routes. And we'll show you the parks where these aircraft are allowed to taxi. I believe it mostly has to do with the wingspan, but yeah, there's the charts, and that's basically what it was saying on that bit that we were leading on the general airport information chart. So they're referring you to contact airport operation for information, and that's what you could do there. The ATCT is authorized to conduct simultaneous departures. Okay, line up and wait. Magnetic deviation possible immediately west of taxiway Yankee and runway 22 left. Aircraft are not permitted to stop on either taxiway Alpha or B bridges. So there's lots of information. Yankee, taxiway gates procedure, 2 taxi routes. Sometimes there might be something like bird activity in the area or something. If that's actually like always the case, they would just put it in these charts. But of course, there's always the ATIS information as well, in case there's like something specific going on that's that you do not put in printing, but it happens sometimes. Let's say there's an emergency at the airport and it's closed or whatever, or some runway is closed off. It will say it here as well, something like that on the remarks or whatever. Whenever they push to put that. Yeah. Leave you. Just keep that page open. Although it doesn't actually show up, does it? Better we go to new messages. But it's not letting us because there are none. Alright, fair enough. So WELTS coming up next, so we just flew over the SGF VOR. WELTS and MACD. And Cashin since Maroc. The top of descent will be after MACD, I think. MACD, Cashin. So the Salam Cashin will be the top of descent. We'll start up going nose down. Let's check the passengers. So we turned off the landing lights as well. Seatbelt signs on auto. And what are our engines doing? Let's have a look at the engine page. I have no clue, but it looks very good. All looks stable. Just a little bit annoyed by the insufficient fuel message there consistently. What the hell is fuel density? Why is that amber? Are we going to break things if I just change that into 1? If that is even possible. invalid entry. Okay, let's not mess with it. I'm actually not expecting any problems anyway. Let's go to the fuel page. Total fuel 15.2. Left main, right main, forward aft, 7.6, 7.6. I don't know, I don't see it. If you see anything that you worry about, do let me know. But we have been getting this message ever from when we were still at the airport at our origin. I'm not sure why it's saying that, but as I said, after takeoff we put in the exact amount of fuel that's in the OFP, 21148. We entered, and you could see that we got the fuel on the board, and the message would not go. So, I'm not really sure what's going on. We do have the fuel pump system up here. Let's not do that. The center fuel pumps, they should not have to be on. I'm just going to press them on, but then we'll get this message here. So we got even more messages. Just to see what's going to look like here. Well, let's not mess with that. One other thought that I had, insufficient fuel to do with the winds, but we downloaded the winds twice. So we went to the, I believe, the VNAV page, and then you can click forecast and you will get a weather forecast basically. So wind on certain altitudes along the descent path. So then the FMC can take that into account, do the calculations, you know, and then work out, do you have enough fuel, yes or no. So that's why I was thinking maybe it needs that, so we put that in, but still didn't go away. And even after that, changed the entire fuel to the entire block fuel while actually flying the aircraft already. So something seems really a little bit weird. Usually it's pilot error and I don't understand, so I'm always open to that. So if you have any ideas, do let me know. Alright, so we have the ELEC, hydraulics. Let's go back to COM. So to top of descent, we now have it here when we go to the progress page. To top of descent, 144 nautical miles, 2028 Zulu. So that's in about 20 minutes. And there it gets nicely crowded. So basically what we'll be doing during descent is basically see if we can handle the speed, and by handling the speed we may actually also have to intervene with the descent rates. I'm not really sure what to do. We could just let VNAV figure it out, and maybe all we do is like add drag or something, and then once we start sort of leveling out, especially taking into account the extra waypoint that we added, then we might have a little bit of time to slow down. So we'll probably accelerate a little more. The thing is, under 10,000 feet, you do not want to go any faster than 250 knots. It's simply forbidden. So it would be nice if we could try and make that work. You know, when you're doing this online, you know, you should make it work as well. So yeah. So we'll see how that's going to work out. And that's always funky. So now we even have more fuel predicted than before. Before it was like 10.4 or something. Now it's 11.0. So it's actually predicting now that we have more fuel on board once we land. And still it's saying insufficient fuel. May have something to do with our with our alternate airport. Have a look at that. Even then, you know, I mean, so finally there's plus alternate. And what is our alternate? Okay, IMD. What's that? Indianapolis. Alternate, so what, we could choose a different alternate here. I'm not going to mess with this. Fortunately there's a button saying divert now, so we do know that if we do, as long as we do not click it, it should probably be okay. Next page. There's nothing on it. I was just thinking, like, what if we tell the FMC that our alternate airport will be a different airport, but all the other airports that are available here actually would require more fuel, it would seem, I think. So let's just not mess with that then. So if the progress page up here on the right, so 102 nautical miles, then we can leave this at the legs page. Let's play around in the cab. I believe I had a seat somewhere. What is it? Yeah, this one I think. In the business class bit. Look at that. We got sort of little cubicles going on. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello. Now, obviously, the next thing is going to be, you know, that all of these things will be. Basically, you can watch your Netflix when you're flying. You know, I don't understand why we're still not doing that. Surely, I'm not the only sim pilot to come up with these ideas. You know, I think it's the first thing everybody would do. And they could implement like a streamer-friendly setting, so that people can not, you know, do any unintentional or intentional copyright infringement and all that miserable bullshit. You know, but that would be really nice, especially when you're going to do a long-haul flight. What's nicer than just sitting at the back of your own aircraft, you know, just sitting there and well, maybe what's nicer is actually flying it, but there's not always a lot to do, at least not in a simulator. I think when you're like on a network, you know, or and especially in real life, you know, you have to like monitor the radio at all times, you know. No moment that you're not. You have to hear them. You have to be aware of your call sign. Hey, Arkady, 812, you know. Your wing just dropped into somebody's backyard, you know. What the hell are you going to do about it? You know, stuff like that. So when you're spiraling down, you know, in great dismay and, you know, plunging towards certain, demise, you also have to keep on listening to the A to Z, you know. But as long as you're not, it would be nice if you have a little movie here or whatever. You could play some little, let's say like you could play Pac-Man or something. You know, something like 8-bit, like a really simple, not too heavy. You just go sit here, play Pac-Man. I mean, that would be so awesome. I'm telling you. Well, thank you, ma'am, for allowing me to sit in your lap. I hope I did not crush you. So these two are obviously fighting. Look. No. All just playing like aloof and sort of snubbing each other. I once heard saying something like, if all the world leaders were women, there would be no more wars. There would just be countries snubbing each other. Well, there might be some truth to that. This guy's an oldie. I'm not talking about the grey hairs or anything, but I know his face. He looks very much like a guy in one of the other aircraft that I have. I'm not sure which one it is. It might be the Flight Simware Cessna 414AW. One of the aircraft, at least they have a function where you can put in some faces. You have some passengers. And this guy, I would swear to you it's the same one. I'm really thinking it's the same dude. I've seen it from the beginning. Like the first moment I saw him, I was like, hey, I know this guy. So it would actually be really nice if they somehow got his textures and put, so GSX got his textures from some developer who actually got them originally. And maybe it's just from some database, I don't know, maybe there's just some models out there, you know, in the corporate land, and they landed themselves for this kind of things, so to be used in video games or whatever, and maybe they just paid the same amount. Maybe GSX got a better deal, and now actually it looks like this guy's being reused, and they thought they had the better deal. I'm just bullshitting, man. Let's go sit back in this lady's lap again. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello. Please do not be intimidated. Everything is under control, as long as you... I want to say as long as you do as I say, but that is not a very nice thing to say. Alright, let's get back to the flight deck and start messing around back there and harassing innocent people. That is never nice. Right, so the top of the descent getting closer, 55 nautical miles. So I think it's a good time now that we set our descent altitude. So we'll be targeting 2200 feet. There, oops. Oh, come on, man, just this one little value. There you go, 2200 feet. So the moment we overfly top of descent, we will just start going there. And we'll just monitor our speed. And it says 257, 257, 270 or lower. Wait, 257. This is flight level 257, 257. And next. Got Turtle, 257, and then Hyrie, 240, Rhino, Yorio, Monkeys, and then Tony, 240, and then Jumbo, 219er, Driscoll, 170, and 170 looks to be the landing speed. So let's go to the inner left page and have a look at the numbers. It's not too complex. We just select flap 30, which is full flaps, gives us 140, and I'm thinking there's probably 5, it doesn't say, does it, wind correction? Actually the runway is identified here as well, 27 center. So let's quickly get distracted and get to the nav page. We got here now 111.90, 273. And that should be correct if we go to the final approach chart. So just to double check that the information is actual. 111.90, 273. So that's correct. So that's what I meant. So we don't have to actually put it in, but it's a good thing to check if it's there. Okay, so the ref speed 140 knots. This will be with full flaps and the gear down. So let's check the legs page now and see if that has updated maybe. Tony 240. It still says runway 27 center 170. Can we just change it? 140. Looks like it. Looks like it might change some speeds there as well. Would be really nice actually if it would do that for me. So on our way to Cashin. Right, so I'm gonna fill up my iced tea because that is about to be emptied. I'll be right back within 2 shakes of 1 lamb's tail, and when I get back, we will continue we'll start our descent. Alright, so mission successful. Top of the descent, 13 miles. So it's happening, man. No new messages, so this will still be the weather. So let's set the local QNH 2957. Alright, so 6, 7, there we go, 2957. ILS frequencies in here now as well, 111.9, 273, the approach course heading as well. Blast speed 140 is in there. Since it did not say whether there's a wind correction in there, I haven't read up on it. We could maybe make that 145, just not to leave it to chance. So let's make the approach speed 145 knots instead of 140. Top of descent is start. Already going down. Very good. Zoom out, get a better overview. So basically a straight line, and then we'll take the right turn and left turn to line ourselves up. So the N1 is sitting at 36.8, near idle. 2103 Zulu. That's it, so no new messages. Here's the PMDG pencil. And you can click it. So this is for the people or the pilots with the OCD. They can just do long haul flights, and they got 15 hours of relentless tapping. For some people it works, you know. Still complaining, insufficient fuel. You know, between you and me. But let's get a little bit different distance from the aircraft so it doesn't hear. Between you and me, I think the aircraft has a little bit of a fuel problem. You know what I mean. If you consider it, this is daytime, okay? And if you see the amounts of fuel it's consuming, it's concerning. You know, that's not good for anyone. You know, not to mention the environment, for instance, you know, so it's also affecting, you know, its surroundings, you know, that's quite a serious deal. So me and Mike is not with us for today's flight, but me and Mike, we've been talking about this, and we've been thinking of maybe having a little, you know, like an intervention. We'd like to sit down with some engineers and, you know, just talk about the whole thing, cards on the table, you know, everybody just be naked, if you will, you know, like a naked soul. Sometimes it's the only way to get through something, you know. You pile through a mile of shit to come out a clean man on the other side. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that goes for certain aircraft as well. It's understandable, there's quite a high workload. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that it's good. I'm just saying that I could understand for certain, in certain situations. But that's obviously never sustainable, you know. So, yeah, but I didn't want to, you know, embarrass the aircraft, so let's just pretend nothing happened. Just go back inside. So here we are, back on the flight deck then. So the aircraft's performing very good. You know, you sometimes need to say things like this, you know. So, yeah. So it's been performing very good. We're very proud of you, aren't we, 777-300ER? Well, look at that. Oh man, okay, so what's happening? Marag is up next. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So we're not flying into all the white. So Marag is in about 18 miles or so, 16 miles. There's no new weather, I think. The runway. Let's go auto brake 1. Let's check our descent checklist. Recall. Let's check that. So we do have the insufficient fuel warning, and I believe that's actually all it is. So recall checked. Note that's not applicable. Auto brake, we just did it. Landing data VRF minimums. So we have that. We have the ILS frequency, we have the course heading, we have the ref speed, we have the minimums 158. Approach briefing has been completed as well. We know what we're going to do. We just basically descend. The aircraft's going to descend for us. We're just going to monitor our speed, see it's not overspeeding, as long as it stays on the profile. Hopefully that's it's figured out so that it's not going to overspeed too much. So that's basically what we'll do, and then after that, we've seen the plan page multiple times, I think. Well, you could just see the little glimpse of it there. Can we maybe zoom out? Not really, but we went over that. So that's done as well. Go back to the map view. So approach briefing completed. That's our descent page, and then we got approach. So for the approach we need to set the altimeters. So let's wait checking until we're at 18,000 feet. That's the position level. .134. Let's wait a little bit with the seatbelt signs, I think. You see now, hold, let's see what's going on. On our way to Trich. Above 14,000, below 15,000. Alright. Hold, and we are now at 28.8, so the engines are even more near to idle. So there's sort of whispering. Could set the heading puck to 273. If we're not going to be needing it, then it might be useful on idle, or sorry, on approach. And let's have a look, see if the go around procedure makes any kind of sense. This approach, climb to 1100 feet. Let's first see the airport elevation is around 700. Climb to 1100 feet, and then climbing to 4000 feet, right turn. Heading 290, so we could also maybe put it to 290. That's basically being depicted right there as well. 4,000 feet, I'm heading 290, and CGT VOR radio 322 outbound to Ukune. And what is that? They're sort of losing me here. 4,000 feet, alright, so we can put that in a box. Turn right heading 290, sure, check. CGT VOR, where is the CGT? And don't say it's in your face, Arkady. That might be this one. I think we're getting a new weather report. I think it's actually this one. And then that was an outbound radio 322. So that's not really showing on here, I guess. 322. Ukune INT, what's Ukune? This is the, okay, so heading 290, and then there's the DGT VOR. So basically you could do this via flying VOR to VOR basically. You should, if you know what radios you're flying. A little bit complex, but I think it's all programmed in anyway. So what we do need to know to begin with is 4,000 feet. So the moment we are intercepted, or we're actually below 4,000 feet, actually we are on the glide slope, then we should change the altitude to 4,000 in case we need to do a go around. There was a little warning, and there's also 17,000 feet. Standard is in amber, so we're going to go to standard barometric pressure. Before we do that, let's quickly check, because it looks like we may have received a new message. I'm suspecting it's going to be the latest weather update. New messages. Information Sierra 180, 11 knots, so it's even less wind. Visibility 5 statute miles, clouds scattered 3,100 feet, broken 41 feet, overcast 7,500. 86, altimeter 2958, and we have 2957 to 2958, and we switch over. This puts us a little bit below the descent profile. That's good. Let's strap in the passengers now. Seatbelt sign to on. So 8 degrees, light, and 21:03. Time is now 39. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent and we have turned on the fasten seatbelt signs. We'd like to request that you return to your seat and strap in the seatbelt signs. Strap in your seatbelt. And we will be arriving at our destination in about a little over 20 minutes. The local temperature will be 8 degrees. It will be an overcast day. There will be a lot of clouds. But nonetheless, on behalf of United Airlines and on behalf of the entire crew, thank you very much for flying. Alright, so we pulled that off, north of 14,000 feet, speed 280, pretty okay I guess, although here it does want us to be at 257 at Trill, which is in 12 nautical miles, and let's just give her some air brake, some speed brake. Now we're flying through clouds, but I believe actually the aircraft handles the just like the anti-ice, just like the Airbus. Anti-ice, wing auto, engine left and right, they're both on auto. So our speed is getting low, so let's release the speed brake. So visibility is 5 miles. That's not a lot. Cat at 3,100 feet. The glide slope starts at 2,200. But we'll see the runway. On our way to Turtle. Speed should now go 240. We're going below 10,000. So hopefully that's actually what the aircraft is going to be doing. So there's the 15 nautical mile range link around the ILS. So that sort of already gives you some impression of how close you're getting. So 10,000, so let's turn on the landing lights. See, we should have a localizer button and approach button, so we'll be using those short Please seatbelt signs on, auto brake set to 1, APU is running. Our speed still a little bit high. We are not passing 10,000 feet quite yet, but we're descending really slowly. We're still 10 miles of a descent rate like this. On our way to Hyde. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe we could do a direct. I think we can, so let's go direct to Rhino. See if that's... actually start descending now, okay. And the speed's getting a little bit lower there. So this is a different message. The cabin is ready. Not sure if there's anything when we press here that would be cute. Just like on the Phoenix, I believe. But it's, there's not. But we do have a message here. That's very nice. Cabin is ready. We see this on the new messages, or how do we acknowledge that? Oh, I believe that's the one here. We just do accept. Edit, cancel, reject. No. Anyway, the cabin is ready. Maybe there's a reason that it's standing there, but it also has this little star next to it. Looks like we didn't read, like we missed a message somewhere. Oh, that's the wrong one. Alright, so we're at 240 knots. So far so good, man. Now going to Rhino. 15 miles to go. 8,000 feet. And we have the ILS picked up as well. You see the ILS identifier. The heading was already there. DME, 26 miles. So the missed approach is here as well. Intercept is probably a VOR intercept. Can we show VOR? Do we have terrain actually? Not sure if there is terrain here. Anyway, VOR. What is STA? Station. Okay. So Rhino then Yorio, monkeys. 6000. And Giorgio, 6600. So overcast 7500. So about 1000 more miles, and we should be a little bit below the biggest cloud cover. And then broken until 4200 or around 4200 feet, and then some scattered clouds at 3100 feet. We have 5 miles from visibility. So curious to see if that's the case. 7500, we're already there. So in a couple of minutes we should be able to see us flying a little bit below the overcast back of clouds. So descending, our speed is still 240. Monkey 6600. 7 miles, so we would like it to start descending now, slowly doing that. And the insufficient fuel warning was already there before we entered an extra waypoint to our flight plan, so that is also not the cause. And yeah, just putting it out there. 7000 was still really within the clouds here. Let's get our checklist up. Approach altimeters has been set. So for landing, speed brake armed, landing gear down, flaps 30. Let's arm the speed brake for now. We might be needing it later on, but for now, hopefully, if we don't, it's armed. The monkey's coming up in 2 miles. 6,700 feet. It's still overcast here. After monkeys we go to Tony. We're now 8 miles from the runway, basically to the left of us. And from here there's zero visibility. Let's keep monitoring the speed. So Tony takes us left to Survey. Then we'll turn on the localizer, see if we get intercepted. And then we put the flaps down to go to 218 knots. Let's turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well, so that we're super visible. So still nothing really to see out the window. And part of me is hoping for a really poor visibility approach. It's always cool. Well, at least when you're flying Airlines. Then it's actually really nice Especially when you see, that it works, everything is working as it should. That's exactly what it is for. You should be able, I would actually like to do that maybe one day. You should actually be able to just fly with using these two screens basically. You should be able to land it like this as well. Basically turning a 3D simulator into like a very old school sort of like computer game. That there's some very interesting and complex calculations behind it in its programming. But nonetheless looking, basically that's what it looks like. But who knows, maybe 100 years from now, if we're still using aircraft in the way that we are now, maybe pilots can actually put in a little stickers there and upload a personalized skin and everything. I could hardly imagine that would be the case because, wouldn't be very efficient. Alright, so turning left to Surmi, that's 7 miles, speed is 236, that's okay. And then there's 218, 170 and 145. Still really shitty weather. 5,200 feet. Keep on turning on our way to Surmi, 4 miles. I'm going to turn on the localizer. Oops, that should go to 2,200. Localizer. Localizer armed in white. So there's 15 miles and then there's where the glide slope will start, and this is where we are. Localizers intercepted, and we are 22 miles from the ILS. So on our way now, Surmi will turning, and then up next will be Jumbo. Let's see if we can go flap 1, see if we're going to hurt anything. I believe if we do another set of flaps, the speed button thingy will go down. Let's try that. Doesn't look like it's doing that. I believe it does so on the Boeing 737. We are now at flaps 5. We're below the glide slope. And we got 7 nautical miles to Jumbo, and at Jumbo we should be at speed 218. I'm trying not to intervene too much, except maybe then the flaps. And the aircraft is starting to complain almost. Let's see if it further decelerates. Jumbo, we should be at 4,000 or above. So it's basically targeting 4,000 feet. So what, we have the latest weather information maybe? Oh, not checklist. Let's go calm. New messages. Information Tango, yes. 170 degrees, 10 knots, visibility 5, 2956. That is, change that immediately. 2956. So Jumbo 4,000, we're still above that. But the speed should be 219er in 2 miles. And there's the green arrow down. So it looks like the aircraft is now finally decelerating. So we're intercepted by the localizer. The glide slope is coming closer as well. So I'm going to press approach, and now you can see glide slope is armed, it's in white.
Traffic.
Adjust vertical speed.
I am
Adjust.
going to stop that. The aircraft is going to complain. TCAS off, but let's forget about that. Flight slope coming up. Okay, so we can go flap 10. We are 11 miles out. Up next, Driscoll.
500.
Yeah, we should be there at speed 170. Let's go flaps 15. See if that further decelerates. Flaps 20 even. So 8 miles, maybe we could drop the gear to get some more drag. I think I'll just do that. Well, we're almost at 170. Let's hold on to the gear for a little bit longer. Some very poor visibility here. Look at that. Glide slope is captured. Six miles out. Okay, let's drop the gear. Okay, pass the runway. Let's go 145. Four miles out. Laps full. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Checklist incomplete. Why is that? Alright, let's turn off the autopilot. Go 140 knots. So, welcome to Chicago O'Hare. Reverse us out. Let's assist a little with some toe brakes still. Engines back to idle. Flaps can come up. Okay, we still have time to look. So we go straight, we cross 9 right, and we take a left turn onto Juliet, or maybe Kilo. I think Kilo, and that should take us to the terminal there. So let's turn off the landing lights. So left Juliet, and then comes Kilo. Okay, so that sign is a little bit oddly placed there, causing me to sort of go around it, but basically it's just in our way. Alright. Just like this one. So there's a lot of people in this aircraft, man. Look at that. Alright, pretty cool. We'll get back to the flight deck. I think we can request like a follow me or something. It's all occupied or too small. Alright, well, forget it. Parking brake set, okay. Let's turn off the engines. Request deboarding. Seatbelt sign can go off, and the runway turn off lights, taxi lights as well. Is it going to make that? I don't think it's going to be making it. Look at it. That's a shame.
Passengers deboarding started.
But there's no stairs, man. Operate stairs, maybe? Well, that cannot operate stairs while deboarding. Okay, well, that's a shame. So I don't think we'll actually see them walk out. Well, it's better than see them walk on air. That's a little bit weird. So yeah, this looks a little bit weird from this angle. So let's just get this angle. Or we just go sit inside. Anyway, so that's it, man. Thank you very much for checking. And I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.